I'm gonna show you how to make a burger the way Oklahomans like it. If you go to any diner or old historic burger place in Oklahoma, you will get to have an Oklahoma onion burger. And let me tell you, you have not lived until you've tried one of these. They're super fun to make too. So I've been toasting the bun first, really golden and crisp. So I'm gonna let the bun hang out. I will be back. And then I'm gonna crank up the skillet and get it really hot. So I have 2 balls of ground beef, equal sized balls. This is a double burger. And I'm just gonna sprinkle on salt and pepper on the outside. Very, very generous with the seasoning. And then I'm gonna get the ground beef into the skillet. Whoop. I have a pretty big skillet because I need to cook both of these at the same time. So I've got a little smasher, but you can also use a really nice heavy spatula. And I'm gonna smash the burger about halfway flat. So this is where the onions come in. I have a whole bunch of very, very thinly sliced onions, and I'm gonna lay a crazy amount on top of each patty. And then I'm gonna grab the smasher and smash these patties as flat as I can possibly get them. And this is why you wanna use a pretty big skillet. You could also use 2 smaller iron skillets if you have those, and cook the patties separately. So you can see that when I smashed the burgers, those onions kind of got smashed into the beef. So I'm actually gonna add more onions. Yes, I'm adding more onions. This is called an Oklahoma onion burger. And they are so good. So just make sure you smash them with the onions really pressed into the meat. And then it's just kind of about babysitting them until it's time to flip. I'm not sure where the Oklahoma onion burger first originated, but it is said that it came about during the Depression when burger joints were trying to figure out a way to stretch the beef a little bit more. So they started adding a lot of onions, and that way they didn't have to use as much beef. That's the legend anyway. So keep an eye on the burgers as they cook, and if they look like they're kind of shrinking in, just give them another smush. I have a smusher and I'm not afraid to use it. So the great thing about cooking the onions on the top of the burgers while they cook is that the onions get a little bit steamed and start to soften. So when it's time to flip them over, then they can get really nice and brown. So I think that time has come. So when it's time to flip the burgers, you'll be glad that you smushed the onions into the top, because then they stay attached. And by the way, this is a messy, oniony proposition, and that's what makes these burgers so good. So give them another little smash when you turn them over. And this is where the cheese comes in. So you have to use American cheese when you make an Oklahoma onion burger. I'm putting 2 really thin slices on each patty. And American cheese just melts really kind of soft and creamy, and it melts pretty fast too. Okay, and then I'll grab the top bun and I'll put it on one of the patties. And that way the flavor from the burger is just gonna permeate that bun and make the whole thing even more flavorful. Okay, I just need to give the burgers about 1.5 minutes longer, and then I'll show you what we've got. You cannot believe how good this kitchen smells right now. Oh my word. So everything is ready. I'm gonna scrape underneath the burgers on this first patty, and I'm gonna put this straight on top of the second patty. So don't worry if the second patty looked like it wasn't going to melt, because the top patty just took care of that. So I'm gonna put the bottom bun on the serving plate and gather up any stray onions that have sort of decided to stick to the skillet, because I don't want any onion to be left behind. And then check this out. It goes straight on. I mean, I highly recommend you go out and have an Oklahoma onion burger next time you go on a first date. I mean, just set the stage for the kind of gal or guy you are. I mean, can you imagine just diving into that on a first date? I haven't been on a first date in a really long time, so I don't know if that's still a thing anymore, but look at this. You can see the beautiful cooked onions in between the layers. The bottom has a beautiful bed of those charred onions. Oh, honestly, the lettuce, tomato, and pickles aren't even necessary, but it's pretty on the plate. Oklahoma onion burger. I love you, old friend. So I've got sliced red bell peppers and sliced onions, and I just put them into a skillet with some olive oil. I'm gonna actually sprinkle on some salt and pepper. Now, obviously, any burger recipe can totally be made on the grill if you're into that sort of thing. While the onions and peppers are cooking, I'm gonna make the meat mixture. So what makes this burger so exciting is that it has ground beef and Italian sausage in it. So this is basically a sausage and peppers burger that we're making. So in addition to the ground beef and Italian sausage, I'm gonna add a little bit of dried sage just to give it some interest. Oh, that smells so good. And a little bit of dried oregano and salt and pepper. And then before I start smushing it together, I'm gonna give the peppers and onions another stir. They're cooking away, and I'm gonna go in with my hands and make a complete mess.
Get in there.
Okay, good enough. That's one burger patty. Now I'm gonna make 5 more just like this. Okay, hands are clean, burgers are formed, pan is on, and magically, the onions and peppers are looking really great. Now I'm gonna make these a little bit saucy. I'll add some marinara sauce and some sliced garlic. Yum, yum, yum. And then to kind of help the sauciness along, just a little bit of water. And then I'll just stir, and then this sauce is just gonna kind of slowly reduce and thicken. All right, so I'm gonna get these burgers into the skillet, one by one. Delish. Flinging meat everywhere. Oh, everything already smells so good. This is such a great combination. I'll cook them for 6 minutes on the first side, flip them over, give them another 4 minutes to make sure they're done. Put a slice of provolone on each one. Get the lid on so the cheese melts, and they're ready. Look at these, Alex. Look at that provolone cheese.
Yum.
I love provolone because it's perfectly round and it just kind of folds over the burger as it cooks. So I'm just gonna show you how to build one of these beautiful burgers. Toasted buns, of course, you know the drill. Okay, and then I have these gorgeous peppers and onions that are really saucy. What a great combo though. I really like this Italian vibe. And if you do these on the grill, you can just make a pan of the peppers inside the house, or you can use like a cast iron skillet and do them on the grill along with the burgers, which is a really cool.
That's enough. That's enough.
Cool. What do you mean that's
It's
enough?
a mound.
It's never enough. And then instead of lettuce, I just like to pile on the basil leaves. I'm just gonna artfully perch the bun so you can
Wow. It's beautiful.
see. Sausage and sweet pepper burger. It's kind of hard to go back to just a plain old burger after this. Cheesesteak burgers. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a combination of a cheesesteak and a burger, and it's gonna be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. I started by adding some jarred cheese to a saucepan, and I'm gonna let it slowly heat up. And I'm gonna start making the cheesesteak ingredients on one griddle. So gotta have veggies whenever you make any sort of cheesesteak. So I've got a combination of red bell pepper, sliced onions, and sliced mushrooms. And since this is a cheese steak, I'm gonna break out the steak seasoning again. And I'm just gonna sprinkle over the veggies. and start cooking them. I'm gonna keep them in their own compartment because I'm gonna get the burgers ready. So I have 2 small balls of ground beef, and I'm gonna put them both on the griddle. And then basically I'm gonna smush these as thin as I can get them. Just go in one direction with the spatula and then turn and smush them in the other direction. You can also form them before you put them on the pan. It's probably a little bit easier that way, but I think it's exciting to kind of smush it with a spatula. Kind of looks like a peanut butter cookie.
Oh, that's what I was just thinking.
Where you cross-hatch it with a fork. Oh,
I like that.
All right. I'm gonna season the patties with a little steak seasoning. So there's a lot of flavor everywhere you turn with this recipe. I'm gonna let them go about 2 more minutes on the first side. It's the old smush and cook method. As soon as I flip them, I wanna really smush them flat again. Now I'm gonna take 2 pieces of provolone cheese. You can do cheddar, American, anything you want. And because the patties are so thin, they're gonna finish cooking like that. Okay, are you ready for this, Alex?
I don't know if I'm ready.
So I actually already grilled the bun with a little butter on the griddle before I started cooking everything else. So I've got some spicy mustard, making sure that's the bottom. Oop. And I'm gonna spread a nice layer of the mustard. It smells so good in here, doesn't it?
So good.
And what the heck, I think I'll put mustard on the top too. I love mustard. I am in a mustard period of my life. My door of my fridge has about 7 different mustards. I just love it. Okay, so here's where the fun really begins. You come and watch this, Alex. So I'm gonna get 1 patty and put it on top of the other patty. And then pick it up and just kind of do the obligatory shake. And then put it straight on the bun.
Wow.
And then come the veggies. And I want basically as much veggies in weight as the meat itself. We'll put this big honkin' sandwich on this pretty floral, feminine plate.
So elegant.
I know you're excited for the cheese sauce moment.
I can't wait.
So you ready?
Oh my God.
I
More.
think more?
More.
Really? Are you sure?
Over here.
Okay, well,
Okay.
you know, I don't like to go overboard with cheese. Just kidding. All right, and then of course, oops, the lid goes on.
Oh my God.
It's not a burger, it's a cheesesteak burger. Bacon cheeseburger sliders salad. I love all the ingredients to this salad, and I love how it's presented. It's just a really fun twist on an old classic. So I'm making the croutons for the salad, and since it sort of has a cheeseburger theme, I cut up some sesame seed buns into cubes, and I'm just tossing them in some melted butter. That's a great start to any salad, I think. Melted butter. Leave it to me, right? Okay, I tossed the croutons, so I'm gonna get them into the oven. They're gonna bake at 350 degrees for 10 minutes until they're toasty and golden. So I'm gonna get the salad ingredients ready, and they're really simple. I have a bowl of romaine lettuce, and then I have some super fun things to add. Dill pickles. I'll just sprinkle in a few and then save some for the end. And some sliced red onion, really thinly sliced. Again, I'll save a few for garnish. Pickle juice. The flavor of pickles is amazing. It'll have a salad dressing at the end, but I love dressing the lettuce in the pickle juice. And then some good red grape tomatoes that I cut in half, save a few for the end. And then I like to sprinkle on a little salt and pepper, just so there's plenty of seasoning. And then I'll toss the ingredients just so all the lettuce can get coated in that pickle juice. All right, the salad is all tossed. So I'm going to make the meat mixture for the sliders. So I've just got regular ground beef and salt and pepper, plenty of pepper. And then I like to season the meat with a little bit of Worcestershire. You can just do salt and pepper if you want. You can add like some taco seasoning if you want to kind of change the flavor of the meat. I'm keeping it pretty simple. All right, so I got the mixture all ready, and I need to form 12 little patties out of this meat. So I'll grab a slider-sized portion and just press it into a rough patty. I am not looking for a perfect patty here, just something sort of resembling a little cheeseburger patty. All right, that's one. Now I'm gonna form 11 more just like this. So that's 12 little slider patties. I'm gonna get them on the grill, cook them for 2 minutes per side, top them with cheese. These little patties look absolutely perfect. They're just the right size. They're almost like flat little meatballs, but with melted cheese on top. So I'm gonna get the croutons out of the oven. They should be nice and toasty by now. Yes, they are. I love it when a plan comes together. So it's time to assemble this darling slider salad. I've got my dressed lettuce. Oh, it's looking so good. It's amazing what that pickle juice does. It kind of wakes up the lettuce. Now I'm gonna grab these gorgeous little slider patties, and yes, these go on top of the salad. I told you it was a slider salad. This is so much fun, and it's sort of just an unlikely presentation. So I've got a few more pickles just to dot the top with, some more tomatoes just for garnish, gorgeous onion. I love the color, so pretty. Now, forgot to mention the bacon. I was gonna crumble the bacon and do like bacon bits, but I thought it'd be fun to lay these little half slices of fried bacon right next to each slider. So they're basically cheeseburger bacon sliders is what they are. Cheeseburger bacon slider salad. The titles of my recipes can change as I'm making them depending on what I do. Okay, that's the bacon. And then of course these gorgeous toasted sesame bun croutons here, there, and everywhere. Truth be told, I probably could have used some more lettuce. I've totally covered it up with all the good stuff. Of course, that's not a bad thing. And I'm about to add one more thing. We need some dressing over the top, and I do mean over the top. This is Thousand Island, and I'm just gonna drizzle it back and forth, do a little zigzag. You can use ranch, blue cheese, whatever dressing you like. Well, my boy Bryce just called, and he said he and his friend Pat are hungry. Now there's something new. They're headed up here to the lodge to get something to eat, so I have exactly 16 minutes to make them something delicious. I'm gonna throw together some buffalo chicken burgers. Oh my goodness, these are delicious, saucy, drippy, and wonderful. I started with ground chicken and I seasoned with salt and pepper, and I'm gonna add just a little melted butter and some Louisiana hot sauce, the stuff you'd use if you were making buffalo wings. I'm gonna go in with my hands. There's no better way. Ground chicken is such a great alternative to ground beef. Don't tell any rancher I said that. I love the texture of ground chicken. It's so soft and tender. Okay, I'm gonna divide this little pile in half, and I'll make 2 equal-sized patties. When you're making buffalo chicken burgers, you don't wanna form teeny tiny thin patties. You really wanna make a nice, big, substantial one. Okay, I'm gonna get this into a skillet with a little vegetable oil in it, and I'll get the other one formed. Patrick is my best friend Hyacinth's son. I'm kind of his second mama, and he's my 3rd son. My 4th son if you count Lad. Okay, I'll get the other one in, and I'm gonna go wash my hands. While the burgers keep cooking away, I'm gonna whip up a really simple buffalo sauce. It's about a half a cup of melted butter, and I'll add the same amount of the hot sauce. Louisiana hot sauce is also called cayenne hot sauce. It's used to make buffalo wings, anything where you want that really tangy, spicy flavor. There is nothing like it. A filled it a little bit full. I'm gonna try not to make a huge mess. I wanna stir this until it's totally mixed together and the butter isn't separated at all from the sauce. That looks great. Now I'm gonna flip the burgers. See how they look? Oh my goodness. Yum, yum. Now I wanna start this saucy process. So I'm gonna spoon a couple of spoonfuls of the sauce onto each burger. So while they cook on the other side, I'm gonna make a simple blue cheese dressing to go on the burgers. Started with about half a cup of mayonnaise and the same amount of sour cream and about a fourth a cup of blue cheese crumbles. You can add more if you're a big blue cheese fan. Splash of vinegar and salt and pepper. Another quick way you can make blue cheese dressing is just to take a bottle of ranch dressing and add blue cheese crumbles. Don't think I haven't done that from time to time. All right, that is all mixed together. So now I'm gonna get some buns into a skillet to toast. I've been heating up an iron skillet and I'll get a little bit of butter going. Instead of plain buns, I thought it would be really delicious to use onion rolls. So I'll get those in. Make sure they soak up the butter in the skillet. And I just need to let these toast for about 2 minutes. Oh my gosh, the other side of these burgers looks delicious. Now I'm gonna pour just a little bit more sauce on the other side. All right, I'm gonna let these keep cooking for a couple minutes.
Dude, I'm so hungry.
Honestly, one of your mom's meals sounds perfect right now. I can't think of anything better.
The burger patties are almost ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the buns out. Oh, they look great, buttery and toasty. I love toasting buns before building burgers.
You know what she's making?
Nah, I ain't got no idea.
Okay, now I'm gonna get some of this sauce. This sauce is getting a workout. I'm gonna pour a little bit on the bottom bun. Okie doke. Time for the burgers to go on. This is a burger fit for a teenage boy. Okay, now I'm gonna put all sorts of fun stuff on top. I've got some thinly sliced celery, and I'll drop a little on each burger. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of blue cheese dressing on each pile of celery, and then a little bit of extra blue cheese crumbles. Why not? Okay, I'm gonna put a little dressing on the buns, the top buns. Hey!
Hi.
Speaking of dreamy,
How are you?
my two favorite teenage boys.
How you doing?
Don't tell Todd I said that.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Bryce. How are you, son?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is fancy.
Well, you said you were hungry. I made you buffalo chicken burgers.
I didn't think you were gonna go all out.
I always go all out for you guys.